Live from WRAL News headquarters in Raleigh, your number one source for local news. WRAL News, coverage you can count on.
A Raleigh man is going on trial accused of beating his mother to death. What's at stake as jury selection starts?
Two things you need to know heading out the door this morning. Gosh, it feels fantastic out there with low humidity and cold temperatures, but not for long. Our next weather maker heats us up by the middle of the week.
And big changes in Zebulon. Your chance today to ask questions about a major shakeup in town leadership. Good morning, everyone. It is 6 o'clock and we have a shakeup in temperatures. It is refreshingly cool out there. You will need a jacket or a coat. I'm Renee Chu.
I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, thanks for making us part of your routine here. And nothing routine about these temperatures and the swings that we're going to have this
weather
week
whiplash.
For certain. Yeah, it is. And Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with the muggy meter.
Oh, it feels so good out there right now. Sitting at 41, which is refreshing. That number is just a measure of moisture in the atmosphere. And we can take it up. As a matter of fact, we're back into the 60s for the dew point a little later on in the week as our temperatures really heat up. But it's a beautiful start this morning. Our skies are clear. That sunrise is glorious as it's starting to pop up. 45 degrees, though. It is chilly out there, even in the 30s right now in Roxborough, 42 in Goldsboro, 47 in Clinton and in Southern Pines. So it's jacket weather, definitely, at least in my book. Our temperature, 71 at lunchtime and then upper 70s for this afternoon. I'll show you how we can see temperatures warming up so fast by the middle of the week. Coming up, Ken?
All right, it's 6:01, Elizabeth, happening now in the WRAL Traffic Center. A rather quiet start, actually. Here's what we're talking about. Nothing but green showing up on our map this morning. Let's take a look outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Rock Quarry Road. Definitely traffic picking up, but nothing that's going to make you late this morning. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio. We've got you covered. News, weather, and traffic to go. 101.5 HD3.
Breaking news we're following this morning. A person is in custody after troopers say they led them on a chase in Durham. State Highway Patrol says that chase started on I-885 right at about 3:40 this morning. Troopers used a pit maneuver to end the chase right near T.W. Alexander Drive and South Miami Boulevard. The WRAL breaking news tracker was there as that car was being towed away. No one was hurt. We're working to learn more about the charges the driver will face.
Jury selection starts today for the Raleigh man accused of beating his parents and killing his mother. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from the Wake County Justice Center. Kelsey, Christopher McCullough could face the death penalty if convicted.
Yes, Renee, he could. And in a few hours, a jury will be selected here at the Wake County Justice Center. Christopher McCullough will face a judge soon after being charged for murdering his mother. Our cameras were rolling the last time McCullough appeared in court. He's accused of beating his mom and dad in front of his 2-year-old son in 2023. His mother later died from her injuries. Now McCullough could face the death penalty if he's convicted. WRAL obtained court documents from 2022. We found that McCullough's father, John, took out a protective order against his son, writing that McCullough had punched me several times, knocking me to the floor, and also threatened to kill me and my wife. John McCullough added his son had used a large knife. We'll let you know what happens after this jury selection and keep you updated on what's next for the trial. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Raleigh.
Security has increased at Elizabeth City State University today after a shooting on campus killed a man and left 6 people hurt. The shooting happened just after midnight Sunday morning after a festival called Viking Fest. The university says the 24-year-old man who died was not a student. 4 other people were also shot, including 3 students. 2 others were hurt in the commotion after the shooting. None of those injuries is considered life-threatening.
A man accused of stabbing 2 women and assaulting a child in Wake County is expected in court today. This happened on Rutledge Landing Drive in Knightdale yesterday morning. 42-year-old Stephen Tant was arrested when he returned to the scene and crashed his vehicle into a Knightdale police car. And according to search warrants, he has a history of violence, facing other charges as recently as last year. He is facing charges including assault with a deadly weapon and assault on a child.
Today, people in Zebulon will get a chance to ask some questions after a big leadership shakeup in that town. Both the town manager and the assistant town manager recently resigned. WRAL's Laura Levine joins us live from Zebulon this morning. Laura, good morning to you. Those folks there simply want to know what's going on.
Jeff, good morning. People here in Zebulon who live here, they have questions. They want to know what exactly is going on behind these closed doors here at Zebulon Town Hall. So today, the mayor and Mayor Pro Tem, they're expected to give some form of update on staffing as well as discuss current events. This is the first town hall since the town manager abruptly resigned, saying the handling of a serious personnel matter was unethical and inappropriate. 4 days later from that, the assistant town manager, Kellyanne Williams, she resigned then as well. So both Todd and Williams were hired by the town late last year after longtime town manager Joe Moore resigned last June. Williams was the first to take on the role permanently in December. The town commissioners denied any wrongdoing, but they confirmed that Williams was suspended prior to her resignation. So we still have very little to no information in regards to what is causing this sudden turnover here with some key positions. And that's why many people are expecting to show up at that meeting tonight. That town hall gets started at 5:30 to 7 p.m. at Zebulon Community Center. Laura Levine, WRAL News, live in Zebulon.
State lawmakers returned to Raleigh this week with plans for a whirlwind of activity. Later today, the State House is expected to set up votes on 24 bills. One is part of a new compromise over plans to invest the state pension plan in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Lawmakers also plan to debate bills on changing the rules for carrying concealed knives, as well as car seat requirements for newborns.
Right now, if you have a young child, experts recommend that you have that child in a rear-facing car seat in the backseat of the car, but that hasn't been required under state law. This new proposal would make that required.
You can find our preview of today's legislative action online at WRAL.com.
Durham Public Schools budget is now in the hands of the County Board of Commissioners, which meets tonight. Last week, the Durham Board of Education approved a plan to cut 27 non-teacher positions by July 1st. It would save the district about $2 million. 11 of those positions are already vacant. The school officials say the other 16 employees would be offered other unfilled positions in the school system. The Durham Association of Educators released a statement in response to the decision, and it reads in part, quote, "This budget process was not transparent or collaborative enough, and this budget request does not prioritize what students and frontline staff need most. That is extremely disappointing."
Turning to the Vatican now, the focus is now shifting to when a new pope will be selected. Tens of thousands waited for hours in line yesterday for a chance to pay their respects at the tomb where Pope Francis was laid to rest. The cardinals gathered to pray as well. Cardinals under the age of 80 will be selecting Francis's successor. The start date for the conclave is expected this week.
Friends and family are remembering a 17-year-old Apex student who was killed in a crash on Easter weekend in Virginia. A vigil was held last night outside Apex Town Hall to honor the life of Samantha Meal. She was laid to rest Friday. Another teen who was driving the car when Samantha was killed has been charged with reckless driving. Community members who were at the vigil say Meal was loved by all.
Hope, energy, love. She illuminated all those things and hope. And that's why they're here. I mean, she showed up for people in a unique way. So for them to come out and show that support back to her family is who we are as a community.
And the town also lit up that water tower right there in purple in Meal's honor.
A 19-year-old is facing charges connected to a stabbing in Cary. This happened shortly after 6:15 last night on Chatham Street. A 50-year-old man was taken to the hospital with a minor injury. Police arrested Andrew Gemelli, and they are working to determine the relationship between the 50-year-old and Gemelli.
The driver is dead after a fiery car crash on Aviation Parkway near I-40. This happened yesterday morning, and troopers say a 27-year-old man in a Toyota SUV ran off the road, hit a pole, flipped over that vehicle, and it caught on fire. The troopers say speed may have been a factor in the crash.
A man is recovering after a shooting at a shopping center in Moore County. First responders found a man who had been shot last night around 10 in Aberdeen. He was airlifted to a trauma center. Aberdeen's police chief says a fight involving 3 male teenagers broke out, and at some point a gun was out and the man was shot. The chief says they have a person of interest in this case.
Happening today, Governor Josh Stein will speak at the North Carolina Sheriff's Association Spring Conference. He'll highlight his public safety priorities and support for law enforcement. The conference starts this morning in Wilmington. In Cumberland County, meantime, leaders there are set to reflect on progress and look ahead to the future. Chairman Kirk DeVere will deliver the State of the County address tomorrow night. He'll provide an update on what's been done, what's happening now, and what is next. The meeting will take place at the Cumberland County Historic Courthouse. It starts at 6 p.m. and the public is invited.
The Carolina Hurricanes have an off day today as they hope to close out their first round series against the New Jersey Devils in Game 5. The Canes took a 3-1 lead in the series with the win yesterday in Game 4 in New Jersey. Way to pick one up on the road. And they'll have a chance to put this series away tomorrow night back at home at Lenovo Center. Puck drop for Game 5 is at 7:30. Seats are available on Ticketmaster starting at $77.
10 after 6 on your Monday, a tragedy in Vancouver. A vehicle plowed into a crowd, killing 11 people and injuring dozens more. How that community is honoring the victims.
Path to recovery. How the village of Chimney Rock continues to rebuild 7 months after Helene.
And we have a beautiful start to the day. Look at this glorious, and a flight just taking off right now at RDU. Our temperatures are chilly this morning. Grab a jacket. I'll tell you when our temperatures will start to climb pretty rapidly.
As you get into your car, tune to WRAL News Plus on your radio. In Raleigh on 99.3 FM. In Durham, 96.5 FM. And everywhere on 101.5 HD3.
6:13, taking a live look at Chapel Hill from our top of the hill camera. Looking pretty here and everywhere. Our skies are clear and our temperatures are chilly. 37 in Roxborough right now. It's 46 in Cary, 47 in Garner, and 43 in Holly Springs. So a jacket might feel comfortable this morning as you're heading out the door. Grab that extra layer. You certainly won't need it for too long. Our high temperatures will climb into the upper 70s. So lunchtime, if the kids are out on the playground, it's going to feel great. Our humidity is low. Temperatures will be in the low 70s, and we climb into the upper 70s for this afternoon. Things begin to change starting tomorrow. Our wind begins to come out of the south. That's going to warm us up. We have 90s in the forecast a little later in the week and a chance of some showers and storms. I'll show you when to expect those. Coming up, Ken.
Elizabeth, at 6:14 happening now, we have a situation brewing on 1010 Road in the southbound lane near Holly Springs Road. Right now, we're not picking up any delays in the area, but I know 1010 is a major route for many of you during this time of the morning. So just keep in mind, you'll see some police activity there at 1010 and Holly Springs Road. But elsewhere, all our major routes from Rindell to Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill, all delay free. You're getting ready to head out the door. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Time is 6:14 here in the WRAL Live Center. Good morning. I'm Chris Lovingood. Keeping my eye on the U.S. futures from overnight as the start to a pretty busy trade week here. You can see the U.S. futures are kind of starting low, though. And this is during a week where we're expecting to see Visa, Coca-Cola, Eli Lilly, Amazon, Apple, Meta, and Microsoft all releasing their quarterly earnings reports. So we'll be watching closely to see if that affects investors in terms of their reaction to the market here. And this is also the last trading week of the month. It's been kind of a bumpy ride in April because of investors' reactions to President Trump's tariffs plan, but we'll be watching throughout the week to see how this is going, especially this morning at 9:30 during the opening bell.
Thanks, Chris. Loud music, underage drinking, and neighbors say no consequences.
So they bring in the students by the busload and the alcohol.
In a U-Haul. Yep. And we have pictures of it.
Tonight at 6, WRAL investigates the college parties invading a rural neighborhood.
11 people were injured in a shooting in Myrtle Beach, and one person was shot and killed by police. Myrtle Beach officers responded to a report of shots fired Saturday night. The police department says based on the immediate threat, an officer shot and killed an 18-year-old. Vancouver's community is coming together to mourn the tragic events of a festival. 11 people are dead, dozens more injured after a vehicle drove into a crowd Saturday. Michelle McConaughey is here now with a look at the impact of this devastating incident. Michelle.
Renee, what was supposed to be a joyous celebration of Filipino culture turned into chaos and tragedy. Many gathered at Kensington Community Center in Vancouver yesterday to mourn those who lost their lives and were injured in the attack. They lit candles and placed flowers to honor the victims. Police have said they are confident it was not an act of terrorism. The suspect, a 30-year-old Vancouver resident with a history of mental illness, was known to police. The mayor yesterday saying mental health appears to be the underlying issue. The suspect has been charged with 8 counts of second-degree murder. He has appeared in court and remains in custody. Vancouver police said more charges are expected.
Hurricane Helene left Chimney Rock in ruins, and now 7 months since the storm hit, that community is trying to rebuild, and they're also showing what resilience truly looks like. Sherry Cummings has lived in Chimney Rock for nearly 30 years, operating her own business there. She lost her home and livelihood in that storm, but never gave up hope.
Never faltered. You have to go on. That's my personality. I'm going to do it. We're going to get back. You're alive. The rest is all will fall in place and you keep on trucking, the old saying.
Yeah, Cummings is working to reopen her store, and the rest of Chimney Rock is looking to reopen as well. The village is not open to the public right now. Officials do hope to partially reopen this summer. They've been through a lot.
Time now is 6:18 and temperatures are in the upper 40s right now. Elizabeth, you and I both wore a jacket. We know the men, they just kept on their suit jackets.
Right.
You know, they didn't add another layer.
And that's probably enough. It just depends on what you have on as you're heading out the door, because it definitely feels chilly out there this morning. Fayetteville showing a little bit of cloud cover, but that's really the only camera that I'm seeing that has a few clouds. We're going to see lots of sunshine for it today. Today's going to feel very much like yesterday. It's just colder this morning. Apex looking beautiful. Chapel Hill, courtesy of Top of the Hill Restaurant. And of course, there's a look at Raleigh from the North Carolina Museum of Natural Sciences. This high pressure system is in control of our weather right now. It is feeding some cool air in as it moves eastward tomorrow. We get back into a southerly flow. That's going to warm us up really fast. Take a look at this low. It already has some showers and storms associated with it. Overnight last night, there were severe thunderstorm warnings and watches and tornado watches as well. So that's headed toward Minneapolis in the upper Midwest, and it may bring some severe storms there. We're going to see this cold front sweeping through on Friday, a chance of storms ahead of it on Thursday and again Friday, but then drier air moves in just in time for the weekend. The weekend here looks glorious. Severe weather outbreak, though, is expected here in the red shaded area there in the upper Midwest. That's a level 4 risk of severe storms, but it doesn't come here. Instead, this high pressure system that settles down to our south will help to keep that well to the north. High pressure systems do lots of things for us. One of the things is often block systems. So it pushes the worst of that weather up to the north, and eventually a weaker cold front will come through, and that will bring us that 40% chance of rain on Thursday and 50% chance of rain on Friday. But it leaves us with a gorgeous weekend. Not a whole lot of rain with this. We'll see thunderstorms, so there may be some spots that see heavier rain than others, but generally we're looking by Saturday, anywhere from, say, a quarter to a half an inch of rain. But that rain all ends overnight Friday night. Saturday and Sunday look really nice with high temperatures in the 70s. Coming up, we're going to talk about how close that 90-degree day is to a record, Ken.
All right, Elizabeth, happening now. Let's start outside, give you a live look at I-40 and Rock Quarry Road. Definitely traffic picking up just a bit, but everything flowing nicely in all directions. Many of you have morning flights at RDU International. I got to tell you, all the routes, 70, 40 into RDU International, delay-free at this hour, so which is really good news. You'll get to the airport on time. Right now, we just have a crash on right down there in Southern Wake County, 1010 Holly Springs Road. I'm not seeing any delays in the area, but just keep an eye for any police activity in that area. You're getting ready to head into the car. Tune us in on the radio, 101.5 HD3.
Power to change. We'll show you how positive energy is taking over the Bull City.
And sinners keep winning. The action horror flick dominates again.
Ahead this morning on Today, a look at concert ticket prices for the most anticipated tours this summer, plus how you can try to get a good deal for your favorite concerts.
And here's a look at your lottery numbers.
This What's Trending report, sponsored by Rug & Home.
6:24, the time right now. Head of the class, the new Rock and Roll Hall of Fame list is out.
And Beyonce is kicking off her highly anticipated new tour today. Ken Smith is here now with what's trending.
A lot of people excited about this. The superstars Cowboy Carter and the Rodeo Chitlin Circuit Tour debuting today at SoFi Stadium in Los Angeles. Beyonce is set to perform 32 shows all across 9 cities in the U.S. and Europe. The run is expected to end in Las Vegas on July 26th.
Beyonce will be very busy this summer. Cowboy Carter, you may remember, earned her a Grammy for Best Country Album and Album of the Year. And tickets are actually still available for that opening concert, ranging from $70 to $3,000.
That's a shocker. They won't be there long.
Oh, no. Well, speaking of music, the next class of the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame is out. Bad Company, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Cyndi Lauper, Outkast, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes are all going into the hall. The ceremony is set for November.
And in the break, we all gave our own personal rendition of Joe Cocker. What would you think?
Oh, you always knew when you heard a Joe Cocker song.
Yeah, well, and I remember the Wonder Years theme, so that was where
yes.
that came from.
But Outkast, Salt and Pepper going in a special category with Outkast. It's 6 years in a row now that there's a rap artist or more, or one or more, that have gone into the hall.
Yeah.
All deserving. Ken, thank you. Many communities are celebrating Earth Day. That includes Durham. The Bull City's Earth Day Festival took place yesterday at Durham Central Park. The theme this year is Our Power, Our Planet. Organizers say they want to highlight the potential everyone has to drive positive change for the environment.
Rewarding to hear what people are learning from other vendors, from other organizations. That's the part as a coordinator that really lets me know how important this event is and how much it's impacting the area beyond what we're seeing today. So I really like the waves that this is going to create throughout the community and just bringing people together on a day like this to learn and get involved.
Festival highlights included an environmentally friendly business market, free document shredding, a family fun zone, and a parade.
There's just no stopping Sinners. The action horror thriller stayed on top in its second weekend, making $45 million, nearly matching its debut total last weekend. The 20th anniversary re-release of Star Wars Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith landed in second place with $25.2 million. And Ben Affleck and The Accountant 2 rang up $24.5 million for a third-place debut.
6:26 now. A Raleigh man is going on trial, accused of beating his parents and killing his mother. What's ahead as jury selection begins today?
Big changes in Zebulon. Look live right now at Town Hall. Your chance tonight to get some answers about a recent shakeup in that town's leadership.
And it's a chilly start this morning. Temperatures are running at about 15 to 20 degrees cooler this morning than than what we saw yesterday. 37 in Roxborough right now. I'll show you why temperatures are about to skyrocket over the next couple of days.